Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Simon. So, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, if today is your first time, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss every single video that we post. So, this channel is about very basic math problems. We are going to solve some basic math problems. Let me just do an introductory of the types of questions that we are going to deal with, in this channel. All right, so stay tuned and enjoy. All right, so today's question that I'm going to start with, I'm going to solve this question in two ways. The second uh, method or the second solution is still the same, just a different method. It's not necessary. I repeat, it's not necessary, but it is for those who find it hard to factorize. It's possible. I've been to that situation where I did not know how to factorize, so I always yes, I always used this method. Was very helpful. Okay, so let's begin with our question. Okay, the first question is based on solving for x. Okay, so is solve for x. All right, let me just bring in the question. X squared minus 6 is equal to 2, and this question is just allocated 2 marks. All right, so that's how easy it is to solve. All right, 2 marks. There's not a lot to do on this question. How do we solve this question? We are going to solve this question by factorizing or factoring out the common, what is common, right, on each number. We see that we have x squared minus 6x is equal to 0, not forgetting that here we have a 1, which normally we don't write, just we want the equation to look nice. Okay, so we have 1x squared minus 6x is equal to 0. All right, so like I said, we are going to factor out what is common. Okay, that is x. We have x both on 1 and 6. Okay, so let's factor out x. Okay, so when we factor out x, we use a bracket for the multiplication. We use a bracket for multiplication. And remember, in factorizing, it means that when you multiply into the bracket, you have to get what you first had as a question. Okay, so usually, let me just erase this. Let me erase this here and give it more room. Okay, what we're going to do, we are factoring out our x. Okay, and we are going to divide by the x, right, on each number given here. Okay, to see where or how to do it. Okay, we factor out x and we divide each and every term by that x. Okay, to see what is remaining. Okay, so let us go ahead. When we divide x squared by x, we are remaining with just only x. Okay, when we divide x there by x, or 6x by x, we will be remaining with just only 6, and we close our bracket. We go after the equal sign, anything that divides 0, it remains 0. So this is just a 30-second or 15-second answer. You don't have to take much time, think a lot. It's just easy like that, 2 marks. Okay, but for the purpose of explanation, we have to delve deep into what is going on into the question. But when you are answering it, we are doing this so that when you go and answer, you don't struggle or think a lot. You just do what you have to do. Okay, so here is our step that will lead us to the last step. What you're going to do is to equate everything to 0. Okay, and that is the final answer, because the question is solve for x. We are looking for the values of x here. Okay, so x is equal to 0, or x is equal to, that is positive 6. Okay, so that is the solution to this question. So if you don't know how to factor, then what do you do? Okay, remember our answer is 0 and 6. Okay, if you do not know how to okay, let me just clean everything here below the question. Okay, so if you do not know how to factorize, okay, what do we do? What do we do? Remember the quadrat. Remember, this question is a quadratic equation. Okay, it's a quadratic equation, x to the power 2. Okay, so the quadratic equation is usually in the standard form is ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay, so this is the standard equation for a quadratic equation, and we have a quadratic formula. Okay, that is x in this case minus b plus minus the root of b squared minus 4ac, all divided by 2a. Okay, so everything there is divided by 2a. Everything is divided by 2a. Okay, 2a. All right, so if we look at this given equation here, which is allocated just only 2 marks, it is not necessary actually to use that quadratic formula, but it's pretty helpful even for other questions. Okay, because there are other questions in the first questions whereby you'll be asked to use the quadratic formula given the clue. Okay, which means that equation doesn't have factors. All right, so you have answers as decimal numbers. All right, how do you go about this? We have to identify, we gotta identify a, b, c. Okay, all right, so we got to identify a, b, c. So looking at this standard equation, we see that a is before the x squared and b before the x, and c is the constant. All right, do we see that on this equation? Yes, we can see that. All right, we see that our a is this one. Okay, and our b is this -6, and okay, the -6, and our c is a 0. Okay, our c is a 0. It's there, not given, then we know it's a 0. It's a constant. Okay, so it's a 0. What we're going to do now is quickly put every number into the quadratic formula. So let's do it quickly. X is equal to negative b. Our b is negative 6, so we put in the bracket to avoid confusion. And then b, it's negative 6. We're going to close the bracket there. And a is 1. Let me, sorry, extend that. Okay, let me erase that. Okay, so BAC is 0. Okay, and then everything divided by 2A, that is 1. Okay, all right, let's just clean everything up there, simplify. Negative, negative, it's a positive. Okay, so let's go ahead. That is not necessary now. Think, yeah, if we just keep it short like that, it's still fine. All right, so we're going to clean up everything, under this root. Okay, so we notice that uh, everything here gives us a 0, so we are left with 6 squared, right, which is 36. Okay, 36. And then under here we have 2 multiplied by 1, which is a 2. Okay, so you punch that in the calculator, you find out that is 6 plus or minus 6 divided by 2, right? And then from here we are going to do this 6. Okay, we're going to do this 6 plus 6, right? 6 plus 6, we are using the plus sign first, and then it's 12 divided by 2, which means x is equal to 6. Okay, or x is equal to, we're going to use the negative sign. 6 subtract 6, we get 0, and 0 divided by anything is 0. So you see that we still get the same answer, but this unfortunately is a long method. It's not necessary to do, provided you are given marks such as 2, so you don't have to waste much time doing all this. Or if you are wise enough, we can, yeah, we don't have to write everything as I did. You can just take it up to this stage and then bring that. Okay, just write the solution, just put everything under the root, and then you give out this solution here. So thank you. We are going to solve more questions next time. Have a great day or a great night, whatever time that it is where you are.